Hello, everybody. It's Tuesday night. It's 7 o'clock, and we are live. Hello, everybody. It's Tuesday night. It's 7 o'clock, and we are live. Welcome to V Talks. I'm your host, Veronica Brockwell. I'm sorry I was dancing. I always dance to the theme song. I'm not sure why, but I think it's lots of fun. Anyway, this is going to be so much fun. I have so much to tell you. I'm so excited. I can't even stand it. So we have a new V Talks expert that is going to be on our show every single month. She is a counseling psychologist. She is a best-selling author of the book Best Life Ever. She is an entrepreneur. She is a law of attraction coach, and her new coaching company is Best Life Ever Coaching. And she is with us on the V Talks again, and she's wonderful, and I love her. Oh, I forgot one more thing. And she is the mother of 5 children who she affectionately refers to as her 5 chickens. Okay, now we're ready. I'm going to bring on my very dear friend, Taylor Wells. Hi.
I love that beginning with the music and everything. That's awesome.
I know. Did you wonder? Can you hear that when you're in the back room? The music, like you can? So you can see me dancing.
I'm in the green room.
The green room. I know. I dance to it. Every time I'm like, yeah. How are you?
I am the best ever.
Of course you are. You're always the best ever. I love your Santa hat.
Thank you. I love wearing this hat from December 1st till December 25th. It is very versatile and it's very warm and it makes me happy. And I forget I'm wearing it and I'll be at the market with my chickens and people will be like smiling at me and doing this. And I'm like, hey. And then I realize I'm wearing a Santa hat.
Yes. Well, it's very beautiful on you too. So, Taylor, I know you've been on the show before, but if you wouldn't mind telling our audience a little bit about your history and yeah. Sure.
How long do you got?
Well, it's an hour show. But I feel like it's very important because you have a very interesting background.
Yeah, thank you so much. I've loved living my life so far, and I'm just getting started. As first of all, thank you for having me tonight, V. And I adore you too. Where am I supposed to look? Am I supposed to look at that? Am I looking?
Sure. Yeah. I always look at my guest, but you can look straight ahead.
I know. I want to look at you. Can I look at you like this?
I feel like you are looking at me.
All right. Now I'm looking at you. All right.
Yeah, that's cool.
So thanks for having me.
Everyone's just looking at your smile anyway.
Well, thanks.
So pretty.
Thank you. So let's see. So I'm a super mom of 5, and my definition of super mom is that you do your best with breath, and you begin again and again. Okay. So I years ago I had a blog and a website called supermom.com, and I would ask a mom every month to be super mom of the month. And guess what every single mom I asked said to me? What did she say?
She said, I'm not a super mom.
Yep. Every single mom.
Yeah.
And so I would define super mom. Do you do your best with breath? And do you begin again and again? Okay. So anyway, that's my definition. So let's see. My handsome husband and I left the rat race. He was working at in finance in Boston at Bain Capital, and he was actually there when Mitt Romney was there. That's a whole separate story. And I was finishing my doctorate in clinical psychology, and I was doing my internship at Harvard University. And it was very interesting because the place at which I did my internship wasn't called the Counseling Center, my friends. It was called the Bureau of Study Council, because Harvard students did not want to go to counseling. So they would go there for other scholastic tutoring, for example. So it was kind of like an under the radar way to go get therapy. Now, this was from years past, and when I was there, people were pretty okay with going to therapy. But isn't that interesting?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So anyway, we found yoga, and yoga transformed both of our lives. And for me, it lifted the veil of illusion, and I was able to see kind of what was really going on in my life. And I changed a lot of things. And we both decided to leave the rat race to open a yoga studio. And we were wanting to have the happy, simple life. That was our goal. And we just wanted to be together and live the happy, simple life. So we did that. And it ends up, my friends, we had no plans for this, that we ended up opening 5 yoga studios in New York City and in Boston, the Boston area. We also opened a raw vegan restaurant next to one of our studios in Newton, Massachusetts. It was the first raw vegan restaurant in Newton. It was the 3rd in Massachusetts. And we had been raw vegan. I didn't want to make the food. It took forever. So I figured, why not open a restaurant? How hard can it be?
Well, how hard can that be?
Yeah. So anyway, we were doing a lot of things. I was writing for the Boston Herald for years. I was writing a Best Life Ever column and blog, and I had supermom.com. We had a raw vegan online business, et cetera, et cetera. Well, it was all awesome. And then the landscape of yoga changed. Okay. So corporate yoga, corporate took over yoga basically. And a big corporate yoga chain opened across the street from our first and home studio in Newton, Massachusetts. So that caused us to pivot. And so long story long, we sold our yoga studios a few years ago to Yoga Works, not the one that opened across the street from us. That is called Core Power. We sold to Yoga Works before the pandemic.
Right.
And we're very, very blessed to do that. So I have actually been coaching. I used to call it consulting. I've been doing it for 20 years. And I, back when I was doing my schoolwork in psychology, I told Philippe that one day I would see patients, like we would call them patients then, right? Because it was therapy, etc. I told him that I was going to see patients while I was walking and they were walking, okay? Because I'm a big believer in movement to move energy. Okay, and I'm going to get to law of attraction. So, I visualized that. I saw that way back when. And now what has kind of evolved is, I forgot to say, I wrote a book and an inspiration card deck that was a few years ago, and about the law of attraction and about how to utilize the law day to day, real life stories. It's 80 real life stories. Here it is, about how to use the law of attraction to create anything you want. Okay. So I have been obsessed with the law of attraction since I was 5 years old.
And Taylor, for those of our audience that don't know what that means, what is the law of attraction?
So now, can they ask questions or no? They can't ask questions?
Absolutely, they can.
Oh, okay, good. So I love questions. I don't want
to
just talk
to people. I have this so far.
Hi.
Right. Yeah. No, people can ask questions.
Love
Absolutely. We
her.
got we got comments happening. We got all kinds of things. I'll pop them up as they
Awesome.
go. How's that? Does
Yeah,
that
because
work
I
for you?
love to be interactive instead of a talking head. Although I do love
Yeah.
the talking heads, by the way.
Well, I
Very
know,
cute.
but people want to hear what you have to say. They
So
really
law
do.
of attraction. It's very, very simple, everybody. Most things are. And my teaching and coaching is very, very simple and doable. And I break it down into little tiny, easy to do steps and homework. So all it is, my friends, is what I put out comes back to me. Okay. So what I think about, I am creating. Okay. And we, all of us, have a vibration. Have people heard of vibration?
Well, we can talk about that. I have a banner.
You are awesome with
I
the
have banners
scanners.
for I know because you and I were like we didn't even
Yeah.
talk before the show at all.
No.
No.
And in fact, V was like, okay, come on at this time. And I'm like, yeah, no, I'm just going to come on right before.
Yeah.
I like to
So I
be.
had to use like my little
You did. You knew.
Yeah.
Good banner. So vibration. So this is quantum physics, everybody. So basically, your vibration is the energy that you are putting out to the universe that then attracts things in the physical. So people, places, and things. Okay. So if
So
you
the
want
law of
to,
attraction is based upon energy.
yes,
Okay.
yes. And yeah, ask questions. I love it. And if you want to do a little vibrational audit on yourself right now, I always do a vibrational audit
Oh, okay.
on my clients immediately. So ask yourself right now in this moment, how do I feel? So how do I feel from 0 to 10? 0 being, I don't want to get out of bed because I'm so depressed. And 10 being, wow, I just won an Oscar, which most people aren't. But like 10 being so happy you're like annoying people, which I often do, by the way.
Yeah, don't make fun, but every time I do my show, I feel like I'm a 9 or a 10. I really do. I get so excited.
I
It's
will
weird,
not make
right?
fun of that. And in fact,
Is that weird?
you and I and everyone listening to this and
Yeah.
everyone who does listen to this, that's actually your birthright. And that's where we're supposed to be, right? So we think because we've been given all these erroneous messages that
Yeah.
life sucks and then you die, or things are hard, or things suck, or whatever, all those things that you hear and we take in. Okay. Well, we're actually here to experience joy and to be high on that scale, and what I call, and my teacher, who is Abraham Hicks, calls the vortex. So I know Melissa knows what the vortex is. She's watching. The vortex is the place in which all of the things, V, that you've ever asked for in this lifetime and others, if you believe in that, resides. Okay. So you live an experience and it doesn't go exactly how you want it to go. That's called contrast. And immediately, okay, you put a desire, a rocket ship of desire into that vortex. Boom, done. That's step 1 in the creation process. Okay. Step 2 is the universe. Okay. All that is, the energy that creates worlds, immediately answers that desire and goes, sure, here you go. It doesn't say, no, she hasn't been listening, or no, it says, here it is. Okay.
Do you like visualize throwing something into the vortex?
Can you? Is that what you said?
Well, when you said that, I sort of visualized a vortex. Is that normal?
So I don't believe in the word normal.
Oh, it's okay.
Do people do that? Yeah. Visual people do that. Everyone learns and takes stuff in differently. So I always ask my coaching clients if they're a visual learner or an auditory learner, or et cetera, et cetera. So yeah, you got your vortex spinning, right? You've asked, you have an experience that I call contrast, right? Which something happens that you're like, kind of wish it went a little differently, or I wish blah, blah. And you ask, okay? You're in the asking, you're in the problem, quote unquote, energy. The universe delivers. Step 2, that's not your job, okay? Step 3 is you allow it. You allow the unfolding, the creation, the deliberate creation of that. Now, can you guess how you allow it? Do you work hard?
You probably, I don't know. You're going to tell me.
So most people, most of my clients have an erroneous belief system that says you have to work hard, you have to struggle, right? To get what you want. You have to paddle upstream. It has to be hard. And that's why we wear stress as a badge of honor. I'm so stressed. I'm so stressed. You know, I'm so busy. You know, I hear this all the time. Busy is a 4-letter word, my friends. Okay.
I love it. You heard her. Busy is a 4-letter word.
4-letter word. You can't get there from there because when you're in busy or you're in the problem, okay, in the energy of a problem, the solution cannot come. It is law. Okay. No exceptions. So Albert Einstein talked about this a lot. Albert Einstein was a big law of attraction guy. And you've all heard the quote, you know, a problem cannot be solved at the level at which it was created. That's Einstein. Well, that's law of attraction, right? You cannot find and struggle to get the answer when you're asking, okay? You need to allow it in step 3. So step 3, my friends, here it goes. Drum roll, please. Is get happy. Happy. Or find relief. If you're in struggle, so I have a little scale, okay? So at the very bottom of the scale, my friends, is struggle, okay? So people, most often, my clients come to me and struggle. Things aren't working. You know, they're just like, this is not working. I'm just going to try this law of attraction crap because this other stuff isn't working, right? And I love that because they are inspired. I don't like the word motivated because motivated is pushing yourself. Inspiration comes from desire and flow. Do you feel the difference?
Right. It feels different.
Yeah. So I have a chapter in my book about the difference between inspiration and motivation. So it is not the struggle, my friends, that creates what you want. And what you're asking for is already done. It's in your vortex. It's in the quantum. Your job is to allow it. And if you're in struggle, you're not going to jump from struggle to the top of my scale, which is bliss, right? You're going to go up the scale one at a time. So you're going to go from struggle to relief. Okay, so together, when I coach, we reach for what are some thoughts that would bring me relief here. Okay, so we go real general because remember, it's a law of attraction. It's vibration. So if your vibration's really low, if you're feeling really low, remember I asked, how are you feeling? That's your audit. You ask yourself, how am I feeling? And the second indicator of your audit is what's happening in my world. Okay, what's unfolding in front of me? So the physical doesn't lie. So people who start working with me with law of attraction, they want to take all the kudos and credit for all the good stuff going on. And then they're like, with the crappy stuff, no, I didn't do that. I didn't do that.
Right. Yeah, of course not.
So until you take responsibility and own that I did that, and I did that too, you have no power. Okay, so power lies in how good you feel. So that's where your power lies. And many people misunderstand the law of attraction. They read The Secret, or they saw The Secret on Oprah, and they're like, I'm just going to make a dream board.
Well, I was actually gonna talk to you about The Secret and the vision board. That's on my list.
Daniel Hall, is prayer the highest form of power? That's a great question. Should we do the secret thing first or Daniel first?
I think we should. I think we should answer Daniel. This
Awesome.
just
That's what I
popped
thought
up.
too.
Yeah.
So prayer is an interesting word, Daniel, because a lot of people get triggered by anything around like prayer, religion, etc. To me, it's all just different words to describe the same thing. Okay. So in my opinion, and as always, everyone listening to this tonight and forevermore, take what you want and leave the rest with everything that I say. So when I had my yoga studios, I taught every day, and I would tell my students, I am not the teacher. You are the teacher. I am a guide. Okay. So I'm guiding you in the yoga and here, right, to your own wisdom. So if you want to call prayer the highest form of power, that's awesome. However you feel best, however you can connect with feeling good, that is your highest power. So when you give another person, place, or thing your power, the ability to change how you feel and need them to act or speak in a certain way or look a certain way or etc. If you need that, you have given your power away, because your power to feel good lies within yourself and your focus. Okay. So Daniel, are you still with me? I hope so.
Yes, we love Daniel. He pops on all the time.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
What is that picture on his thing? Is it a baker?
It looks like a baker baby. I don't know.
So
Maybe
cute.
he'll tell us.
Very cute.
Yeah.
So everybody, your vibration, you can do your audit by saying, how do I feel and what's happening around me? Okay, that those two things never lie. No exceptions. What causes vibration, my friends, is number one, your focus. What am I focused on? Okay. Number two, your perspective and or belief about that which you are focusing. Okay. You have a belief, which is just a thought you keep thinking. That's all a belief is. You have a belief about that. The third thing is your thoughts about that thing that you're focusing on. The fourth thing, my friends, is your feelings. So it's four things. It's focus, belief / perspective, thoughts, and then your feelings. Okay. So that's in an instant. It's not happening slowly like, oh, I'm focusing on something. Oh, here comes my perspective. Oh, here comes a thought. Oh, now I have a feeling. No, all of a sudden you just feel a feeling. And most people look at the person, place, or thing that they think caused the feeling, and they say, hey, you better shape up so I can feel better.
Right.
Hey, you
typical,
better,
right?
so I can feel better. Hey, you better say different things so I can feel better, because you are the cause of how I feel. Does this sound familiar?
Of course.
Do you see how powerless that is, and how one would eventually feel stuck and powerless, because you cannot ever control what anyone else does, says, or is, right? That's their job. That's their right. Free will.
Right.
Free will. Okay. So we have so much free will that we can choose bondage through our minds. And what happens is people say to me, but Taylor, it's true. But Taylor, it's true. And so what I explain to them, the problem and the solution cannot be in the same space. Exactly, Melissa. So the problem and the solution, when you're in problem, hey, you're my problem. The solution can't come because you're in the energy of problem. The best thing to do, once you see that problem, that thing, that's your contrast. So you go, ooh, I would like that to be different. That's fine. I'm not saying that's not fine. That's the best ever. You ask, the universe delivers, goes right in your vortex. Step 3 is turn away from that thing. Focus someplace else. Okay?
Right.
Let the universe take care of it. It does a better job than you ever do. And 100% of the coaching clients I see, believe that it's their job to beat that problem to the ground. Let's dig in. Let's get to the bottom of it.
Do you think, Taylor, that it has to do with us trying to be in control?
100%. And the thing is, we are in control. We're just giving the control to a person, place, or thing, whereas the control and the power is 100%. It's all about our brains.
Right. That's what I'm saying, though. I think, we're taught to control things at a young age in a different way.
Yeah. We are taught from a young age, you better do this, you better say that, you better work hard, life is hard. And we are taught very different principles. I would love to teach this and get this into schools.
Right.
Because my children grew up and are still growing up. I still have 11-year-old baby chickens, but my children grew up listening to Abraham Hicks, not Sesame Street. Okay, so we didn't have TV. We listened to Abraham Hicks, which is Law of Attraction. And my kids are my favorite people to be around. They're just so happy and grounded and in their power, like we all want to be, right? And what happens is, as time goes on and life happens and life gets messy, okay, imagine in back of you, you have a canvas, okay, and it has these beautiful colors and it has all these textures, okay? That's your life that you've lived so far. Right. Then in front of you, you have a brand new white canvas, and that's this moment now. So every moment, we are all taking from the canvas behind us and bringing it to the canvas in front of us. Every moment. So every single moment, the past is being rewritten. Unless we go, let me just take this and slop it here. Like that crappy experience, that this, that. I have to talk about this and I have to get to the bottom of it and I have to clean it up. Now, are you in the energy of the problem or the solution?
Right.
Can't get there from there. There is no bottom. Okay. Now, I have been trained in psychology many years to understand that short term, yes, of course it works. You need to talk about shit, right? If it happened and it sucked, don't hold it inside. Tell someone about it, for sure. Okay. I've worked with extreme trauma survivors, things that you can never even imagine that people have been through. You need to talk about that. You need to tell someone for sure. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
What I don't believe in, my friends, is dwelling and continuing to stir the pot and focus on that vibration, because then all you can get is more of the same.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So let's be super. Do we have any questions?
Yes. Well, Daniel just said, do we learn to find comfort in discomfort?
So Daniel, that is so wise, because the reason why we find comfort in discomfort is, I love you all so much. You and I and all humans are sloppy, lazy thinkers. Okay. So the easiest thought to think, Daniel and everyone, is the thought you keep thinking, even if it sucks, even if it makes you feel terrible. So I do these best life ever daily cupcake quotes, I call them. And yesterday's was thinking about the same topic that makes you feel terrible over and over is like going to a really bad restaurant and expecting good food. Right? So why do we reach for that crappy topic?
It's a loop. It can be a loop. It just doesn't end.
So it's a reality loop. Okay.
Yeah.
So, and then this is what my coaching clients say when they start. 100% of my coaching clients are successful. 100%. And I'll tell you why. Law of attraction. I don't look for them. They find me. Law of attraction. Okay. I don't advertise. I don't market. I give a lot of free content because I want to help as many people on this planet to live their best life ever. And to find the ease in this process, this is very easy. Okay. This is leveraging the power that creates worlds. All right. To manifest anything you want. You can manifest a castle or a button. It's the same thing. Neither one is harder, except here, right? So most of my clients, when they come to me, they're having this internal argument all the time. I want it, but.
I know.
I want a but.
Yeah. Well, you want to put all the stipulations on what you want, right? Or maybe I want it if it is this way or that way, but it has to work this way or that way.
That's part of it, yes. And
okay.
There's more.
Okay.
So have you ever gotten into an argument with someone or a heated dialogue with someone about politics or health or money or any of those topics?
Sure.
And you guys are on different ends of the spectrum.
Yeah.
And you're both talking and neither one of you is listening to the other.
Yeah.
Right? And you're just waiting to get your word in. You're waiting for the person to end so you can say why you're right. And they're telling, and neither of you moves at all. There's no movement, right? Mm-hmm. That is what most people are doing all the time in their brain against themselves. Okay? Yeah. So, for example, I want this, but, I want to meet the man of my dreams. I want to have a baby, but, blah, 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 all the reasons, all arguing for limitations. I want this amount of money, but, I wasn't born with a silver spoon. I don't have this, whatever. All the excuses, all the limitations, but Taylor, it's true. This is what people say, okay? So, remember, a belief is just a thought you keep thinking. And V said so accurately, reality loop. It becomes a loop. Mm-hmm. So it just keeps looping around. You're taking that shit from your canvas and you're slopping it in front of you. But I have to tell my story. Power lies in truth. I have to tell my story. Really? Tell the story you want your life to be. Because I teach people to create, not regurgitate. Okay? So you can be a historian. Mm-hmm. This is what happened. Then it was like this. Then that. How tiring.
A historian.
Right?
You're just making me laugh.
Historian. Okay. You could be a regurgitator.
Yeah.
You can be one of three things. Historian. Regurgitator. This is what's going on right now in this moment.
Yeah.
Okay? Or you can be a creator. Okay. And you can decide what you want. Now, 99% of my coaching clients, our first session, they can't in words say what they want. They can only say what they don't want.
So that's typical. Almost 99%. Yeah, that's
almost all the time. And then I point out, okay, you didn't just tell me what you wanted. You told me what you don't want. And then and then they say it again. And then this is the hugest key, you guys. Once we figure out what they want, okay, just throw something out, throw something out that's not, or maybe do something personal. I don't know. Throw something out that someone might want.
I'm sure somebody wants to win the lottery.
Money. Money's easy.
Money.
Yeah, everyone wants money. Okay.
Everybody wants money.
Money's good. Okay.
Money. Yeah.
I want more money. So what I asked.
Yeah.
You want to take it over and sing? Let me hear it.
Yeah. Go ahead. I don't remember the words. What is it? I want to be rich. Oh. Remember that song? That? I don't know. I think it was like a one-hit wonder.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, anyway, I was just being funny. Go ahead.
I want to look up that song. So,
if you know, please put it in the comments.
Please. Yeah, and I want to play that song. So,
I'll look it up. Wait, I want to be rich. Oh.
It's not If I Were a Rich Girl, Gwen Stefani.
No, it's some hokey song. I don't remember what year it came out. Okay, all right. So, okay. Anyway,
So money.
Uh,
So when someone comes to me and they say, Taylor, I want more money. First thing I ask them is why? Why do you want more money? So because, my friends, what is important with manifesting is to
Cash, cold, that's what I need.
you know the song, right? You've heard it?
yes.
Okay, now we're playing music on the podcast. We'll probably get shut down because we don't have the rights. But you know the song, right?
I love that song. Okay.
Okay.
So, but people say they want money, but they don't know why. And so what we do is we explore what are the feelings that money engenders in you? What are the feelings that money will bring you? Okay. And mostly people don't think about it. They think about the physical material thing, the money, the job, the relationship, the baby.
And I think people think that if they have lots of money, they'll no longer have financial strain and stress, right? Like that will.
You know what you just did? You just went into the problem, financial
Right.
strain and
No,
stress,
no, I know. You're right.
instead of what is it that people want. What I've identified is
Yeah.
that there are 3 emotions around money. I mean, there are other
Mhm.
emotions, but these are the top 3. Can you guess
Yeah.
what they are? What are the top 3 emotions of why a person believes that they would like money? And there's nothing wrong with money.
Happiness. That money brings happiness.
These
No,
are
so
a little
just go if I get it wrong.
These are more specific.
I don't know. I mean, they can help others.
So
They
that's
can
on
help.
emotion. So this
Okay.
is perfect because this is what we do. They're like,
Yeah, no,
and they're
I'm game.
saying,
You can go ahead. Let's do. Wait, hold on. I got another one. Yeah, go ahead. Use me as a guinea pig. Let's
I
go.
love the feeling of giving money away. Yes, it's a
Mhm.
great feeling.
Yeah.
But wait, Daniel, what are the 3 emotions? The reason why people think that they want money, the 3 emotions behind it, because my friends, it's the other way around. You don't get the money and then get the emotions, okay?
Mhm.
Through law of attraction. You identify the emotions, you embody those emotions, right? And then the money comes effortlessly. Security. Okay, I'm just going to say them. Ready?
Yeah.
The top 3, ready? Emotions of money. Ease, relief,
Relief
and freedom.
and freedom.
If you really think about it, if you had $1 million right now in your bank account,
Mhm.
would you feel relief? V's not buying it. She's like, no, I would feel happy. Happy
Yeah.
is like the umbrella.
Yeah, of course.
Right?
Yes. It's
So the way we do it is you start from the emotion of
Mhm.
what it is that you want. You identify, first of all, what I want. Most people are talking about what I don't want. And he's such a jerk. It's like, okay, but what do you want? Right?
Yeah. Mhm.
And he being a jerk or a rascal, like I like to call them, he being a rascally rascal taught you what you do want. So that's the best ever. Thank you, rascally rascal.
Right. Thank you.
And then you know what you want. Now, once you know what you want, why? Why do you want it? Well, because I want it. What emotions will that bring? Because remember, it's happy, right? People want to feel happy. So the idea is you find happy now in this moment. So in this moment on this podcast, okay, can I create $1 million in your bank account? No. But can you reach for a feeling of ease? Can you reach for a feeling of freedom? Are you free to watch this podcast? Are you free to turn it off? Are you free to get up and get a glass of water? Right? Freedom. Can you reach for a feeling of relief or ease? That you can feel in the now. And then by law, the universe must deliver in the physical place, physical plane, all that matches that. No exceptions. It's law. Unless you are doing that thing you do when you go, well, I want it, but, and then you fight it. I don't believe that.
Or trying is so Taylor, is it like you're trying to control the process to get what you want? Is that what people do, and that's not correct?
Well, I want to be careful about correct, because
Okay.
basically the very simplest way to explain how to utilize this law
Mhm.
is to follow the happy, follow the excitement, follow the ease, follow the, so get in alignment first, so you know that you're getting these nudges or these intuitions or these instincts, right? From a place of what I call your inner being. So I believe that we have an inner being and an inner critic, okay? All of us. And depending on if we're in alignment or not, we will hear guidance from one or the other. So if I'm in alignment, meaning I feel good, I am up there, like you feel good after and during your podcast, okay? I feel good during the podcast. I honestly,
know. It's fun, right?
I love it.
I know, it's so fun.
I love it. I love podcasts. I love my cupcake quotes. I love my coaching clients. When I am with a coaching client, I don't want to be anywhere else. I am exactly where I want to be. Okay. And so when you are in that place, and when you can learn to allow that and be disciplined enough to do a morning practice every single morning that gets you in alignment before you go out into your day, you are preparing your point of attraction. Okay. So most of my coaching clients, when they start, they either don't have a morning practice or they're not real disciplined about it. And they feel like they're too busy, they're overwhelmed. And what I explain is that you can't get there from there, because when you're in busy and you're in overwhelm, right? You're in problem energy. You need to get out of the energy of problem and into the energy of ease and solution. And most people just won't allow themselves to do that because they've just been taught, it's a reality loop. They've been taught, like, you work hard, it's got to be hard. And,
Yeah, I was definitely taught that, for sure. But that's what you do. You just work hard. And I work a lot. At least I love what I do.
Well, okay, hold on.
So I do love what I do.
You just said, because sometimes people say, Taylor, you're teaching us to be lazy, to just lay around and do nothing, like do no action.
I don't think that. I don't see that.
Okay, good.
No.
Aligned action, right? And aligned action, wild horses can't keep you from it. You want to do it. You're not like dragging your ass off the couch to do it.
Oh.
Right? Questions? Any questions?
No, but we have some people on. Ask a question.
That's all right. I could talk forever about this.
I know. Well, so I didn't want to stop you, but there's like all these things I wanted to ask you on the way. Yeah. So, okay. So you were talking about, we had talked about The Secret earlier, and we didn't really touch upon that. So, can we talk a little bit about your thoughts on The Secret?
Yeah, we didn't land that plane. Thank you for
bringing No, we did not land that plane, but we're going to now.
We're going to land that plane. We squirreled.
We squirreled, baby.
My one of my very best friends, yeah. And I laugh about that because we are always squirreling in our conversations. So basically, The Secret was absolutely wonderful because it brought an awareness to the mainstream about the law of attraction. And I think it was a really nice place to start. I think from many people I've worked with, they eventually felt frustrated because they felt like, okay, there's a law of attraction and I need to make a dream board and then it's all going to come true. Now, that is an awesome start, right? It's great to understand what it is. It's great to have a vision, etc. Now, after what we've talked about for this 45 minutes, what's very different.
Really?
I think so.
Oh my goodness.
I know, we gotta.
We gotta go a little faster here. All right, go ahead.
So the difference, I believe that that my coaching offers is that I give real life tools on how to manifest, which is actually, right, doing an audit on your own vibration and knowing how to purposefully create your vibration so that it attracts what you want. Okay. Now it's great to know what you want and have your vision board and all that. That's wonderful. And as I said earlier, many people don't know what they want. They know what they don't want, right? So it's good to zero in on this is what I want. However, most of the time when someone makes a dream board, they have that thing that they want, and then they talk all the time about why they want it because of what sucks now. Okay. And then by law, they can't get there from there. It's nothing will ever change. Okay. You can make a beautiful dream board or 100 beautiful dream boards. If you don't change your vibration, nothing is changing. Okay. And how do you know what your vibration is? How you feel and what's unfolding. If you don't like that, change your vibration. To know what your vibration is and to shift it, well, you know what it is by what's unfolding and how you feel. To shift it, change your focus. Okay. What am I focusing on? What are my beliefs about that? What are my thoughts about that? And how do I feel? Okay. I am not at all advocating being phony and fake about your feelings. I am the most honest, authentic, upfront person you will ever meet. What you see is what you get. Okay. What I am advocating is to choose, okay, your focus so that you can create the life of your dreams. So tell the better feeling story, right? So there are many ways to tell a story, my friends. And if you find yourself telling the same story again and again, being a historian or a regurgitator about something that you don't like, that there's never a happy ending to a crappy story, ever.
Right.
Ever. So if it feels crappy along the way, the end's going to feel crappy, right? But one last thing about that. You don't have to be overwhelmed. And it's never going to be this like, oh my God, I'm an overnight success. There's no such thing as that. Everything is just going to be like the next logical step. It's just going to be like, oh, okay. Because people get scared, Dee. They get scared. They go, well, I want this, but I'm scared because it's this.
Well, and that's, I have a million questions. So, people have asked, how long does it take to manifest something?
Yep. Actually, one of my brand new coaching clients just asked me that today. Texted me that before this, and I'm going to text her back. So that's a great question. And Danielle has another great question. What does love look like? Okay. I'm going to answer how long does it take first. It takes as long as you allow it. It takes as long as when you stop doing that thing you do that resists it. Okay. So
because what you're saying is a lot of times people are resisting. They say they want something, but they're internally resisting it.
So 100% of the time, if it's not showing up, it's because of resistance. 100% of the time. There are no exceptions. That's it. So you might, most likely you're not aware of it. Most likely people say, that's crazy. Why would I create this? Why would I create this thing that I don't like? Right? It came out of nowhere. No, it came out of the oblivious, right? It came out of, you were oblivious. Look at what you're talking about all day. Look at what you're focused on and then see what's unfolding. Okay. You get what you think and talk about. It's really not complicated. Now, I like to say that you have 16 or 17 seconds leeway. So if you want to say something, low vibe or whatever, say it quickly and move on.
Then let it go. Move it out of there.
Again, I'm not advocating hiding feelings. So if you're
Sure.
feeling low, I never finished my scale. The scale is struggle
Mhm.
is at the bottom, then relief, okay, then satisfaction,
Mhm.
then ease, then excitement, and then bliss. Okay. Now you can be in the vortex from satisfaction up. You're not going to live your life like I just won an Oscar the whole time. That would be exhausting.
Yeah. Well, and you need perspective in life to know what good feels. You need to feel bad to feel good. You wouldn't have a perspective,
Right.
right?
If there were not silence, you wouldn't know what sound was.
Right.
If there were not struggle, you would not know what bliss is.
Mhm.
But we were not meant to be in struggle 90% of the time. We were meant to be in struggle 5 to 10%, and then be in the vortex the other percentage. So I help people flip that. Most people are in struggle 90% instead of the other way. Okay. So
I agree with that. I can see that.
Well, I mean, I've been doing it 20 years and it's just super consistent. So there
Right.
are 3 things that people come to me with. 3 things, whether they're a stay-at-home mom or a CEO of a company with a jet. And I work with everything in between and both of those things. Okay. So number 1, they feel stuck and powerless.
Mhm.
Number 2, they feel unworthy and not good enough.
Mhm.
And number 3, they feel like they have to work really hard and earn and struggle to get money, love, attention, health, everything.
Sure.
So that those are the things we work with, and we do processes and practices that help them to help us together to squash erroneous beliefs, false beliefs, like I'm not good enough. Okay. So that came from somewhere. And, we ask, so I'll ask my client, what must I believe to be true to feel I'm not good enough? Or I feel not good enough because. And people will say to me, well, the CEO is the jet. Well, she feels good enough. Oftentimes they don't, actually. And that was the kind of motivation that drove them there. Now, does that mean you can't be a CEO with a jet and love yourself? Absolutely not. Just some tweaking, right? It's some false beliefs that need to be eradicated. And, there is no such thing as being stuck, by the way. That is illusion, because everything's always changing. Always. But some people, it's changing to more of the same reality loop. No such thing as stuck. No such thing. Not
So Taylor, how do we know if your manifesting is working?
2 things.
Mm.
How
One.
you feel
Mm.
and what's happening in front of you in this now moment.
So, yeah.
What? Go ahead.
Oh, so if it feels right, it's working.
Well, first of all, every single thing that every person who's listening to this now and later, every single thing that they want is because they think that in having it, they're going to feel happy, right? That's what they're going for. They're going for happy.
Okay.
So what I coach and teach is let's find happy inside of you, and then let's let that stuff come to you.
Which is what you talked about early on in the show.
Yeah, but I talk about it all day, every day, because we all need to hear it constantly.
Yeah. Right. No, I know. I asked the question and I already knew the answer.
Yeah, but it's the best ever. And I literally never get tired of talking about it because I love it so much, and it's always flow and changing, and people are always asking different questions, right? Cutting edge, leading edge.
So here's an interesting question, and it sort of kind of goes along with what Daniel is asking, what does love look like? But this particular question is, can you attract a specific person into your life?
We got that question last time. Is it the same person asking the same thing?
No.
Okay. Absolutely. However, you can be, do, and have anything. Okay. Strong desire is very strong. Okay. I teach and coach to use the leverage of the universe and to go general, because it's usually a quicker, easier ride to your manifestation if you're general about what you want. So if you want, true love, why do you want true love? What would that look like? Right? So V, what would that look like? Give me some adjectives. What would love look like? What does love look
Well,
like?
I have it.
I know you do. So describe it to us.
It's security, it's comfort, it's life, like having a life partner, someone to share your most intimate thoughts with.
Emotions.
Emotion,
Not
yeah.
nouns. Give me emotions.
I don't know, like feels good, happy.
Happy. What else?
Yeah. Content.
Content. What else?
I don't know. Love, content, a sense of well-being.
Well-being. What else?
Gosh, I don't know. I don't have enough emotions, I guess. Just happy and content, well-being. I don't know. That's how I.
So I love
Yeah.
this so much because she has true love. I also have true love.
Yeah.
We are very rarely asking ourselves to define, well, how does this feel? Right?
I know. I was like, I don't know.
Does it feel like connection?
Yeah.
Does it feel like ease?
Yeah.
Does it feel like respect?
Yeah.
Does it feel like excitement?
Yeah.
Does it feel like adventure?
Yeah.
So
I mean, it's
can
been a
be-
while.
So
yeah.
there are no right answers, everybody, but find what it is to you, what love looks like to you. Okay. And I teach.
No one's ever asked me that. I was like, what? I don't know. So that was, yeah.
This is what all of my clients go through every single time. And even not even just the first session, like I'm relentless. I'll be like, all right.
Oh yeah, girl.
So, but here's a kicker. This is a really big, important point, you guys. Your love relationship has to be with your inner being first before anyone else. And the very best, happiest relationships are where, I'll just say what I say to my handsome husband.
Yeah.
You are not responsible for my happiness. I am responsible for it.
Right.
And I love being with you and sharing this, but it's my job. You're off the hook. Okay. So when we make someone else responsible for our happiness, you're screwed. That relationship is screwed. Okay. You can't get there from there. It has to come from, and you've heard this, it's a cliche, but really, really like drill down into this, what it means. It means when I'm happy, when I'm in the vortex, that is what attraction is. That's charisma. Charisma is someone who is happy, who loves themselves, who doesn't need you to complete them. I absolutely adore
It's true. It's true, right? I agree with that 100% with what you're saying. I do.
So usually in relationships, what I see is a stereotype. Okay.
Yeah.
Women are craving the commitment and the security, and men are craving the freedom. Okay. But that's a stereotype.
Yeah.
Everyone wants freedom. Your spirit wants freedom. Okay. And you can have all that. And when you love yourself and take the time to put your oxygen mask on every morning and get in alignment, okay, prepare your point of attraction, your partner ain't going anywhere, right? You don't have to be like till death do us part. He or she wants to be with you because you've got great energy.
Right.
And it
So
doesn't mean you have to
Melissa,
be go ahead.
well, Melissa asked this earlier, and this actually works with what you just said. She said it would be helpful to chat around the topic of the morning routine.
Yeah. Yeah, Melissa, rock on, Supermom. So I am extremely disciplined personally with my morning routine, and I am a Virgo, and I was kind of born this way. You're a Virgo? Yeah. So Virgos, it's easier for morning routines. It's
9th, September 9th.
16,
Hmm.
and my daughter is the 6th.
Hmm.
So basically, discipline is required, and what will happen is as you see yourself, as you see your life unfolding, your day unfolding after your morning practice differently, it will inspire you to keep doing it. And sometimes, do I not want to do my yoga practice in the morning? Absolutely. Do I do it anyway? Absolutely. So the day always goes better. A beautiful, helpful shift of thought. Oh, I love this big writing. Choose to live in creation mode versus survival mode. Life is meant to be absolutely joyful and fulfilling and abundant. Choose the best feeling thought often, then more of its likeness will come. Exactly. Did everyone can they see that?
Yep.
Oh, good. That's brilliant. And morning routine is the beginning of that. I teach meditation. I teach that the easiest way to prepare your point of attraction is to quiet your mind versus changing your mind, changing your thoughts. It's easiest and best to quiet your mind for 15, 20 minutes in the morning, okay, before you go out into your day. And what you're doing is you're preparing that point of attraction, you're quieting, you're not thinking through stuff, you're as much as possible stopping thought. It's impossible to stop thought. Your brain wants to think, but with practice you can. Okay, with practice you can. So the morning routine, I'm a big fan of meditation. It's free. Anyone can do it. Okay. And the only reason people don't do it is because of resistance. They think, oh, this is stupid. It's not doing anything. In my humble opinion, it is the most efficient, effective, productive thing you will do in your day. Okay?
And I think, Taylor, please tell me if you disagree with this, but I feel like a lot of people think meditation is just emptying out their mind completely, and then they get frustrated when they can't do it, and they're like, I'm not doing this anymore.
Yeah, great point. So all you have to do is sit down and do it and have no attachment to outcome, because if you start with 5 minutes tomorrow. I start my coaching clients with 5 minutes and then increase 1 minute a day up to max 20 minutes. You don't need to ever do more than 20. But you'll get addicted to it. It's like a vacation. Your goal is to just do it consistently. You'll get better at it. And better could be 1 minute of quieted mind, minute 19.
And when you talk about a quieted mind, explain that.
So instead of going, okay, first I have to do this, and then I'm going to meet this person, and your brain is going on about your day or about this problem or whatever, there's just a real sense of, it's very hard to describe, like a calm and peace that comes over you, like a detachment where you can't really tell your nose from your toes. You're just you're in your body, but you're not processing through your intellect. And then, and only then, can you receive versus think a thought. So a received thought is different than a thought. So when I receive the thought on my yoga mat, we're going to open a yoga studio and it's called Prana Power Yoga. I didn't think that thought. Okay. I was on my yoga mat. I was doing my yoga practice. It just came into my head out of nowhere. Everyone has had one of those thoughts, at least in this lifetime, where you're not thinking about it, just pops in. Where's that coming from? Okay. It's coming from your inner being, and all that is coming from the quantum. Follow that. Okay. And sometimes it's just a little nudge. It's like, and lots of times it's something like, I want to go grab, a coffee or a burger, or, oh, I want to move my furniture. It's sometimes things like that, and follow it. Like my example is kind of too.
Because you might bump into somebody when you go get that coffee that has changed your life, that will change your life.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. So, exactly. And remember, you never, ever get it done, and you can't get it wrong. Okay. So we're never done, because we're always going to be asking for more and wanting more in a good way, excited. So the best state to be in, my friends, is satisfied. Satisfaction is big. Happy, satisfied where you are, and reaching for more. Okay. But the key, you've heard it a million times, is the joy is in the journey, because you're never going to get there. When you get there, there's going to be another thing. And when you get there is like this fast, right? And then you reach for something else. So really the journey is when you want to reach for that satisfaction. And then when you have that vibration, the universe goes, here's more, here's more. And when you're in a shitty vibration, like every blah, 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 universe goes, here's more. The universe doesn't say, no, V, you don't want that. The universe goes, here's more. Does that make sense?
That's awesome.
I want to land the plane, then we got to stop. About how long does it take? How long does it take? Okay. Yeah. It takes as long as you stop doing that thing you do that's pushing it away and resisting it. That's if I like to tell my coaching clients to pick something that they really don't care about, something silly. Okay. So this is fun. I have an example right here. A coaching client of mine chose something, not unicorn, and I chose unicorn. I said, okay, my thing is unicorn. Now, and she chose something else, something whatever. Then for that week, I said, notice how often this comes into your, because you don't really care about it, whatever. I cannot tell you how many times unicorn, like my friends were sending pictures of unicorns. Someone sent me
so interesting.
Because I wasn't attached to like, oh my God, I have to see unicorns. It was like, okay, unicorns. And then I wasn't resisting it, my friends. That's the difference. Okay.
So, but it's something that you don't care about, but you thought about it and it came into your life. So are you trying to say that you're kind of wrapping it up, that whether it's positive or negative, it's going to be there if you're focusing on it?
Yeah. You are incredibly powerful. Yeah. You get what you think about, and you can be, do, and have anything that you want. And your beliefs are just thoughts you keep thinking. And
think about the example of, you've thought about a friend you hadn't seen forever, and then all of a sudden you bump into them.
Because you're not saying, oh, I thought of that friend, but I'm not going to see him. You just thought of them, it came in, blah, blah. And then it went into the quantum, and then boom, there they are. Or boom, they call you. Well, you weren't fighting that. You weren't fighting with yourself about, I want to win $1 million or make $1 million, whatever. Money's always an easy one to describe. But that will never happen to me or whatever. And again, my friends, most of these things are like background noise, like the dishwasher. You don't really know you're thinking them. You don't really know you're saying it. So start to become, until we meet next month.
Yeah, I know. We can go on, and we've got so much material. It's true.
We have quantum. We have never-ending material. So between now and next month, your homework is create a morning routine, a morning practice. Okay, anyone you want, but some morning practice. I recommend meditation. I recommend yoga. I recommend exercise. I recommend writing a gratitude list. I recommend a hot bath. Anything you want that makes you feel good. Okay. Take that time for yourself. If you cannot do that for yourself, if you cannot walk this talk, okay. If you are a parent, if you are a leader in any way, people are watching what you're doing, not what you're saying. Okay. So the best way you can help others and help the world is to raise your vibration and be in that high vibe place and bring people there. Don't go down. Don't go down into empathy, compassion, right? Draw them toward you. That's how we're going to change the world, my friends. So, morning routine, morning practice. Start becoming aware of your thought patterns. Start becoming aware of your focus. Where am I focusing? Do an audit on yourself daily. How do I feel and what's unfolding? Okay? And when something crappy unfolds, be light about it. Go, oh, good, something to want now. I have something new to want. Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah.
Happy where I am, satisfied where I am, reaching for more. That's the best state of being. One last thing. There are the three most powerful emotions, my friends, are expectation, knowingness, and satisfaction. Okay? So I teach, don't hope, choose. Okay? Choose. I want that. That's mine. People are like, that's arrogant. No, it's not. You were born this way. When you were a baby, you were bald, you had a poop in your pants, you had adorable chubby thighs, and you were like, I want that. Well, you couldn't talk yet, but you screamed until you got what you wanted, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Let's go back to that. And that's the best way that you can help all the people in your life. Everyone. Okay? So that's your homework. Morning practice. Do a daily audit, daily vibrational audit. Notice where your focus is and find satisfaction wherever you can and radiate that out. And then next month, come back, tell me how different your life was for this past month.
Well, I mean, and we spoke a little before the show, which I'm not going to talk about it here, but we spoke a little bit about something before the show that I'm kind of wrestling with, and you know, I don't know, maybe that's that. I'm gonna give that a little bit more thought, see what I really want.
I see a big parallel in what we talked about and what I've experienced in the past like 12 weeks. And I don't think it's a coincidence because there is no such thing.
Yeah. And
And
we're
sometimes we need
and
others.
we're here together.
And we're here. And sometimes we need others to point out something that's right in front of us. And
Yeah.
for me, my girl, Kristen Cofield, I hope she watches this. She literally pulled me aside when I was in Mexico with her in September over my birthday weekend. And literally was like, let's have coffee. And we chatted, and she was like telling me what was right in front of me that I couldn't see. And in the moment I had resistance. I was like, yeah, whatever. And then whatever, a week later, it was like, boom. So I don't know, perhaps that's what's happening here. I don't know.
Perhaps, my friend. Thank you. I know there's so much more we could talk about, but if you want to talk more about the law of attraction and you would like to have Taylor is your personal best life ever law of attraction coach, you can look on the ticker here to taylorwells.me and sign up for a session. Is there anything you want to tell us about the coaching sessions and what people can expect? I mean, you mentioned it a little bit throughout the show.
So I have one more opening right now, and then I'm taking a wait list. I absolutely love doing this. It is my favorite thing. And in fact, when I had my yoga studios, I was doing it while I was teaching yoga, scantily clad in a very hot room. So I've always been doing the same thing.
Yeah.
And 100% of my clients are successful. And in order to work together, you need to show up with an open mind and know that there's no cookie cutter model. Okay. And I'm always utilizing new principles that I come up with and use myself. I'm doing all the same stuff, everybody. you don't achieve alignment and put it on your wall like a diploma and go, okay, I'm in alignment forevermore. It's moment to moment. Okay. So I'm teaching you what I do and what I teach all my clients to do and what I've taught students to do for many, many years. And I absolutely love it. We have a lot of fun. And you'll be in the vortex. You will be in the vortex after our session. And I also work remotely on you during the week. So we meet for an hour. I actually have two plans. One is you can do an hour a week, and that's one plan. And another plan is you can meet 3 times weekly for 30 minutes and then also text and box. That's kind of a bigger package. And we have a lot of fun. And during the week, I work remotely on you energetically as well. So our hour together is really fun, but it's kind of it's more elaborate than that. So it's lots of fun. I said fun like 100 times because it's all about fun.
Because it's fun, right? Yeah, people are happy. You're getting them aligned and you're getting them happy, and the rest
vortex.
just
one last
in the
thing.
vortex.
On my
Yes.
On my website, you guys,
Yes.
there's just a tiny little thing that says coaching. It's mostly free resources for you, blogs that I write regularly, and there's blogs. There's a link to my book and my cards. There's a couple videos, and then there's a lot of it says what people are saying. So scroll through that. I'm always putting those things up about how this works. So use those free resources. Come to the podcast monthly, and I'm also always posting. Contact me. Do they have my email? There's Melissa. I'm so grateful for sharing the space tonight. The vibes were so wonderfully received. Love you, Melissa.
Thank you, Melissa. You've been wonderful with all your comments tonight. I really appreciate it. And I appreciate everyone that's been here. Daniel, great questions. Really, it's been wonderful, and we're going to continue this every month.
One last thing. If people want to receive my daily Best Life Ever cupcake quote,
yes.
I don't know, tell V and she'll tell me, or email me. Can we or just go to taylorwells.me. That's the easiest, I think. And
me. Is there a link there?
Yeah, you can contact me on that. Do that.
Yes. So yes, contact Taylor on her website. That would be perfect. I guess they can friend request you, right?
Yeah, sure. Of course. That's awesome. And
Facebook, Instagram. Yeah.
Yeah, both is great.
Sure.
What's the other thing? Yeah, the cupcake quote is basically everything I'm teaching. I send a quote every day at 11 a.m., which is an angel number, and it helps you to stay in alignment. And it's usually, people always tell me, oh my God, that's exactly what I needed to hear that day.
That's great. It's fun. I love it. All right, my friend. Anything else?
That's it, my friend. Did we go over?
Of course we did. But last time you were on the show, it was hours. So I think 20 minutes over for us is pretty good.
Next time we're going to do 60 minutes on the dot.
But we kind of said we were how to have the best Christmas holiday season ever was the topic.
I know, and we never talked about that, did we?
Well,
but I did wear a Santa hat.
Yeah, but we kind of this was just how it was supposed to go tonight. We just kind of went with it.
Well, actually, every single thing that I've talked about is exactly what I would tell you about the holiday season. That should be different. The holiday season shouldn't be any different. Get up and do your practice. Get in alignment. Have a good time.
Right. Exactly. Great. Happy holidays, my friend.
Happy holidays. Nice to see everyone. Namaste.
Namaste. Bye, honey.
Bye.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in to V Talks, and thank you for welcoming Taylor Wells to our panel of experts. And we will see more of Taylor next month. And if you would like to contact Taylor and set up an appointment with her for her Best Life Ever coaching, again, just go to her website, taylorwells.me. And there are also free resources there as well. You can email her. You can follow her. You can follow her on her social platforms. All right, everybody. I'm going to say good night, and we will see you next Tuesday at 7 o'clock. Bye-bye.